For this video, we're still working with lesson 2.9 translations, but this is going to focus more on the constructions. Okay, so for this, you're going to need your straight edge and your compass. Won't need a protractor for this. You do need the protractor for rotations, but not for this. All right, so the key to a translation is we need to know how far and we know which direction. Okay, and that's a vector. So in this case, the vector isn't with coordinates. The vector is actually a line with an arrow. So we start at A and we're going to go until A prime over there. Okay, that's the vector. We're going in that direction, we're going that distance. All right, so we want all the points to slide that far. Okay, and the key part to this is we know that translations, okay, are going to slide, and all the points are going to slide the same way. So that means if I were to connect A with A prime, B with B prime, C with C prime, all those lines would be parallel. Alright, so pretty much I'm constructing some parallel lines. Okay, so I had to alter the size of the shape on my smartboard here to make the compass wasn't big enough. Now it's fine. Alright, so first off, what we need to do for this construction is we need to know that all the points are going to slide the same distance and the same way. So I'm going to measure the distance from A to A prime, okay, with the compass. So put the pointer on A, put the pencil on A prime. Okay, we're going to slide it over to B, and I'm going to make a arc. All right, because I know that it's gonna the B prime is gonna be somewhere the same distance away as A to A prime was. All right, while I have this set, I'm also going to do that from C. Okay, because remember, they all go the same distance. So I'm going to keep it set, I'm going to move it over to C, and I'm going to make an arc, okay, from C. All right, now what I want to do is figure out how far the segment, how far it is away from A to B. Okay, so we're going to measure from A to B. All right, come on. All right, so that is almost the distance from A to B. Okay, now that I know that distance, we're going to move this over to A prime. All right, I'm going to make an arc. Okay, so I know that, okay, this is how far it is from A to A prime, and I know that this arc is going to represent distance from A to B. So that means this point is, I know where it is now, that's going to be B prime. Now we need to find the distance from A to C. Okay, so figure out the distance from A to C. All right, and go ahead and slide that over to A prime. Okay, and make a arc. Okay, and then right where those two arcs cross is where C prime goes. Okay, so now what we can do is connect from, right, I believe this is where B prime was. It got erased. All right, but I can connect from A prime to B prime to C prime, and C prime back to A prime. All right. A quick little review of what I did. We measured from A to A prime. Okay, I made arcs that same length from B, okay, in the same general direction, and from C in the same general direction. Next step was to measure from A to B, move that over to A prime, make an arc. All right, and that arc was right here. Okay, and you figured out B prime. Then you measure from A to C, slide it down to A prime again, make an arc over here, okay, and then that's going to be C prime. If you want to test it to make sure everything's how it should be, you can copy the, use patty paper, trace it, okay, and then, okay, the one thing about copying it though is you need to make sure that you keep it at the right, so maybe also trace a little bit of the vector line so that you slide it right down the vector. Okay, so if I slide it down and test it, okay, it looks like it does fit perfectly. So the patty paper confirmed the construction. Okay, I did translate ABC. All the points moved this vector away. Okay, the next construction I want to do is I want to construct the translation of triangle ABC by vector AA prime. So similar problem to what we just did. It's in a new direction, okay, and a new distance. So need to go get the compass. Okay, and we're going to use those same steps we did last time. So first off, we need to measure the distance of the vector. So put the pointer on A. Okay, vector is just this arrow here. Okay, so open it up until we get to A prime. All right, okay, and then we're going to slide this over to B. Make an arc. We're going to slide it over to C. Make an arc. These are all in the same general direction that I anticipate the vector going. All right. Okay, now what I need to do is need to measure the distance from A to B. Okay, so compass pointer on A, pencil lead on B. Okay, slide this over to, we're going to slide this over to A prime. Okay, because distance from A to B is the same as the distance from A prime to B prime. All right, so, and then right where they intersected, this is B prime. All right, if you need a list of steps, go onto the Google Classroom, pull up the 2.7 notes. It says reflection notes. There's actually the notes for everything is there. So if you need them, okay, look up 2.7 notes, okay, on Google Classroom. Those will work real nice. All right, so now we are measuring from A to C. Okay, slide this over to A prime. Okay, make an arc. Okay, crossing the other arc I made it earlier. Okay, and this is going to be C prime. Okay, so then I'm going to connect from A prime to B prime to C prime. Oops, I don't want to drag the point name. Okay, I want to make the segment. There we go. Okay, and then back to A prime. Okay, looks like I need to. All right. So again, let's test it. Okay, we'll trace it with patty paper. Okay, I'm going to trace a little bit of the vector line. Okay, I'm going to slide. Sorry, I gotta set this up, gotta group it. All right, I'm gonna slide this down the vector line. Okay, and it works pretty much exactly how it should be. So there we go. We're done with that construction.